recovery from overfunctioning. I feel like people are tired.
Yes.
Like people are tired. I feel like people are overworked and underpaid.
Being strong used to mean
blank to me.
Pretending.
Soft life sounds good, but
it's not always realistic. Hey friends, welcome back to Her Intentionally, the podcast about choosing to be intentional because thriving doesn't happen by accident. I'm your host, Jasmine.
And I'm your host, Keisha.
And today, before we jump into things, I just want to do a little check-in. Keisha, how are you feeling?
Tired.
I second that motion.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. Maybe exhausted is pushing it. Maybe that's like a bit of exaggeration. Yeah, it's a little much. I did much, but I am tired. But I do feel like excited still. You know, you feel like those little butterflies, like when you're doing something that you're passionate about, you're excited about, like something new.
Yes.
I feel a lot of that as well. So I feel like maybe that's like pushing me through.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. How are you feeling?
Kind of like the same. Now, I was a bit flustered earlier, but I'm starting to feel a little bit better knowing that like we're getting to things and just pushing through. Even though we're tired, we're still pushing through.
We're still pushing through. That's right. We're here. We showed up, y'all, and we are ready to get into some things. Okay, so we are starting this episode off with the game. And Jazz, are you ready to play this?
I am.
This game is called Finish the Sentence. So there is no thinking, no overthinking, no thinking. You're just going to say the first thing that comes to top of mind. First thing that comes to your head, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to give you some scenarios and we're going to go through them. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, lately I've been tired of
everything.
Okay. Being strong used to mean blank to me.
Pretending.
Soft life sounds good, but
it's not always realistic.
Rest feels hardest when? Rest feels hardest when?
Rest feels hardest when?
No thinking.
Rest feels hardest when I just don't have time.
Okay. Yeah. When you don't have time. Yes. Period. Okay. Right now I'm craving more.
Me time.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. That's what came in my mind whenever you said it. I'm like, me time. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna do you.
Okay.
Something that's been on my mind lately.
A massage.
Period. Something I'm unlearning right now is
old patterns.
I'm learning that slowing down doesn't mean
I'm unproductive.
Okay. My current mood in one word.
My current mood in one word. Confused. I can't think of one word.
If my week had a caption, it would be
today drained me. Today drained me. Yeah, yes, for sure.
Yes. Wow, yes.
It's so funny when she said that.
No, really. And it does feel like that. Like after a long day, you just like,
like you just want to wash the day off. Like wash it completely off.
Please.
Yeah.
Okay, so today's conversation is going to be a bit deep.
Okay.
And we're going to dive into something that I keep seeing on social media.
Let's go there.
It's in songs, it's on TV, girl, it's everywhere. And everybody's talking about it. And it's the idea of a soft life. And the question of the day is the soft life about luxury or is it about recovery from doing too much for too long?
Are you asking me this right now?
Yeah, let's start with you.
Let's get into it.
Also, we want y'all to answer, so let us know your answer in the comments. But yes, like, how do you feel about that?
Okay, so this is something that we're going to explore throughout the episode. So for right now, I'm going to start out saying that the soft life is about recovery. And I'm curious to see by the end of the episode if that changes or if I move off of that a little bit. Okay, so I'm thinking that it's about recovery. I think it's like, recovery from overfunctioning. I feel like people are tired.
Yes.
Like people are tired. I feel like people are overworked and underpaid. We have been caught in hustle culture for a long time.
Way too long.
America, I feel like our society really popularizes that and makes you feel like if you're not always doing something or always on the go, then like you should feel guilty because you're being unproductive in that way. And a lot of people, I don't know about you, like I've been working since I was 16 years old. A lot of us start work early.
Yes.
And it's like, well, at this point, what am I? I'm 34, 16. It's
that's
like
more than half your life.
Yeah, I've been working for more than half my life. So I think that people are tired from overfunctioning. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I feel like it kind of comes from also recovery, but also like the luxury of wanting a life that you don't have, right? So like the soft life is typically like if you've been working or if you work a 9 to 5 and you're always working, a soft life to you would probably be like vacationing, right? Like going on vacations more often. So something like that would seem like a soft life to you. Or if like you have kids, a soft life would be maybe the ability to have like a nanny or somebody, or being away from your kids for an extended period of time to like really like actually rest and relax. Or if you're in school, and you're constantly always worrying about the next deadline or the next assignment. Currently,
I got a deadline right now. I'm thinking about
exactly. So the soft life in your head, like, man, I can't wait to be done with this semester. I can't wait to just like breathe and not do that. So I feel like the soft life is the alternative, like the life that you're not currently living.
So like escapism.
Yeah, like, escapism for sure.
Sometimes it feels like the soft life is about wanting relief or needing relief from things.
Yes.
So you said that this is something that you've been seeing in media and like just in pop culture in general. So what messaging is it that you feel like you've been seeing? Or?
Well, it's kind of like in songs and stuff, like the girlies are saying like, oh, like have that man like provide for you or pay your rent or whatever. So technically like take some of the responsibility off your shoulders so that you can live more freely or have, the ability to do whatever you want with your own money.
Right.
Or like even I feel like men talk about it too, like all the materialistic things, like all the expensive cars, or like actually providing those, like tricking. Like I'm sorry, I don't know if we should talk about that. But like, just providing these big lavish lifestyles for like the it girls, or like, those type of women. So I feel like it's centered around that. It's like in all the music we listen to.
You're right. The very much so like in order for you to talk to me, you need to be spending a bag. Yes. Like there has to be a bag attached to the thing.
Like you need to have money.
Yes. Or like okay, like yeah, you're right. Like I feel like the messaging around soft life has a lot in pop culture been about luxury.
Yes.
Like about the bags or about the trips and about the yacht or about the restaurant and all those things like that. But I think that some of that still comes from like over functioning or the recovery, because I feel like people are looking for that because they're tired of providing that for themselves. Like they have done it up until that point,
right?
And now they're like, I'm exhausted and I need a break.
Exactly.
Like so if I'm gonna be spending my time with you, then you need to be spending some money here with me.
Exactly. Or in another instance, like I don't know if you watched the show Married to Medicine, but Dr. Simone, she had this a couple episodes ago. She had like a really blowout with her family, her husband and her 2 sons, about what I thought felt like her being exhausted from providing, like financially, physically, emotionally, like feeling like all of the weight of her family was on her shoulders, and she finally just had enough. Like it was the thing that broke the camel's back for her, and it was exposed on national television, and a lot of people had a lot to say about it. So what did you think about the episode?
I watched that episode as well, and I kind of had the same analysis of it. Like I think that like I feel like for her it seemed like it was she was like desiring a softer life, or because she was ready to retire.
Exactly.
And so she was desiring something softer because from all the years of having to hold it together. And I feel like sometimes that could be I don't like that. Well, not sometimes. I feel like that's a stressful thing in and of itself.
Yes.
And something that I read not that long ago, or I heard. I don't know if I read it or I heard it, but it was that over functioning can also be a sign of depression in Black women. So sometimes when you think about like depression, you think about like you being sad, not being able to get out of bed, or like all those, or like not wanting to hang out with your friends, or like different things like that. But in different cultures, it might show up differently. So for Black women, they say sometimes when we're depressed, we tend to over function. And so somebody could be like high function, doing well in their job, doing well in their career, doing well at their family and stuff like that from the outside, but they really are depressed. And the way that they handle depression is by doing more. Doing more.
And then people are always like, well, I didn't know you were depressed because, well, you seem like you're thriving in your career.
That's
right. And it's like, I guess that is something that because a lot of people don't know about, that it wouldn't seem like the normal thing to first think about, like, oh, well, let me check on her, she's been overworking herself.
Right.
That's just like oh, well, she seems like she's fine.
She's busy.
Yeah, she's busy.
Well, also we have that that ideology of like booked and busy, and we say it like it's like a good thing.
Yeah,
and not that it's not a good thing, but sometimes it's like you booked and you busy and you tired and you are exhausted.
You're not
you know
eating. What I mean? You're not properly functioning.
That's right. Yes. That's right. Yeah, you're overworked, child. Yes. Overworked. Okay. So is there exhaustion underneath it all? That is what the purpose of the question is about, is discovering, is there exhaustion underneath it all? I'm gonna be leaning into it. Yes.
Yes, I definitely think so. What y'all think? Let us know in the comments, because we really want to know what y'all think too. Like, but I'm sure y'all have the same opinion. Okay. And I kind of feel like that goes into like always having to be strong, especially for, I can only speak from my experience as a Black woman, but that is something that's always put on us as like, you know, you got to be strong. Like that's how you have to show up. And I feel like that's very exhausting.
Yeah, 1000%. I think that for communities of color, I think that we have been taught endurance and not really been taught rest. I think that a lot of our history, especially in this country, has been about resilience and persevering. And I feel like a lot of our thought process is that we are already behind the 8 ball. Yes. So it's like you need to be doing everything you can to catch up. But
yes.
Forget about get ahead, just to catch up. Right. So I feel like a lot of our cultural messaging goes hand in hand with hustle culture.
Yeah.
And getting ahead and doing what you can and thriving and surviving. Well, not even thriving.
Right. Just surviving.
Yeah. Surviving, you know.
And also, like, while we're talking about being strong, also responsibility has a lot to do with that, because I mean, whether you have children or a partner, like, you know, you're most of the time responsible for your caretaker,
parent or something.
A parent or something. Like, you're always responsible and having to carry the weight of more than just yourself. And it's like sometimes those responsibilities, it makes it hard to fully show up in your everyday life.
Right.
It makes it hard for you to even be capable of caring for things outside of your main responsibilities.
Right, because you're pulled in so many different directions, and I feel like that leans into this superwoman syndrome. So instead of saying like, you know, I can't juggle all those things or I can't do that thing, like we try to pick up more and do more. And I feel like a lot of times in our society, you're praised for doing more. Like you're praised for the endurance. Like, have you ever heard someone say like she's such a strong woman? Like, you know, my mother was so strong or something like that. It's like, well, but maybe your mom didn't want to be strong. Like, do you ever think that maybe she had to be strong out of circumstance? You know what I mean? And out of survival. And maybe that strength should not be a personality trait.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And, you know, I'll share like a little personal life experience. But my grandmother raised me, and from what I knew of her my whole life, she was just a caretaker. Like, she was a stay-at-home, she was a homemaker. Right. So she stayed at home, and I mean, she did laundry, she did the cooking, she did the cleaning. But often, like, as I was growing up, I wondered, like, did she have other things that she wanted to do? Did she have hobbies outside of that? Like, did she have dreams at some point that she wanted to accomplish outside of just taking care of everybody and just, you know, being so strong? And people always say that about her, like, oh, my mom's so strong, like she's the strongest. And for me, to me, that was like super strong. But now in hindsight, I'm like, she must have been dead inside, like to herself, dead to herself, like carrying so much for everybody else.
Right.
So it's like, it comes at a cost. And I think what we're learning, like in our generation and like the generations to come, is like, is it worth that?
Right.
Carrying the load and being strong and resilient worth dying to yourself, worth not, you know, caring for yourself in that way to make you feel alive or make you feel like you're actually accomplishing something in life? I feel like it's the meaning of strong is changing. It's changing throughout time.
For sure. Yeah. I like that you said that, that you brought that example about your grandmother in, because I was just thinking like, maybe she did have dreams like beforehand. Maybe like, you know, like your parents and your grandparents were people and had full lives before you ever came along. And a lot of times people sacrifice those things and put those things on a back burner in order to, you know, acquiesce to whatever the family structure is. So maybe she did have dreams and stuff before you came along. But I feel like sometimes what people do is too, they will like almost like like reframe their identity. You know what I mean? So maybe like she reframed her identity into being like, okay, I am the strong grandmother. Yes. And every time somebody told her you were strong, maybe it was really breaking her back down, but it's like did something like in the like the adverse effect as well of like she wanted to hear it more.
Yeah, maybe so.
So I was like, I'm gonna keep being strong, yeah. And I'm gonna take on some more, and I'm gonna be stronger, yeah. And stronger, because you keep telling me maybe that like became something that I don't know. I feel like sometimes that becomes something that feeds people's egoic self. Sometimes, yeah. Like people think that I'm strong, so I'm gonna keep doing everything so that you can keep telling me that I'm strong because now strong feels like a compliment, right? You know what I mean?
So I just have to keep doing that,
keep doing it.
And also, I feel, well, this is like a side note, I guess, but I feel like we were talking about like the generations and like carrying that from generation to generation. So even if you don't experience it in that full effect, like you'll still get some of it. So I feel like now that is more like I wouldn't say curse, but that's something I'm being faced with. Like, do you choose to be the family woman and take care of your family and then I guess like surround your self-worth around that, or do you still be a family woman with boundaries and in a healthy way and then still go after the things that you want and live the life that you see for yourself? So I feel like I am being tasked with the opportunity to choose differently, yeah, and not go through that exact same pattern.
Yeah, I see myself like even in the roles that I see myself in the roles that I am playing, like as somebody who is able to be committed to a thing. Like I can be a wife, but it's very important for me to be an individual. So yes. It's very important for me to still go after my dreams and pursue my passions because I don't feel like I'm able to show up fully as a wife. Or if I was a mother, I don't feel like I'd be able to show up fully in that role if I am not servicing myself in that way, like still, going after the things that I'm passionate about. And I do feel like a lot of women do that. Like we lose our complete identities in the roles that we play, whether it's a wife, whether it's a mother, whether it's whatever it is. And I always feel sad like whenever I see that like happen. So I would say, and I know like your child I think will be so much happier to have a mom that's happier as well. You know what I mean? Sure. And it's allowing your child to see you as a mom still have a life outside of them. Because again, like you're saying about your grandmother, like we think that that's just my mom. You forget that they were a full person before that. But it's important for your son to see you as a full person, right?
Yes, and see things that I want to do and accomplish, and I think he'll have like a better sense of his self-worth because of that. Yeah. So the
idea of having an identity around having it together, I think is also creates that pressure to be strong. Yes. Because you want to look like and feel like you have to get, like you might be juggling a million different things and you might be really having a difficult time juggling all those things, but it becomes difficult for you to reach out to someone or to ask for help or to tell someone no that you can't do the thing because you want to look and feel like you have it all together and you can handle it all. And I think that puts us I think that's to your detriment when you do things like that, because I feel like it constricts you in a way where you're not able to like fully express yourself, fully lean on someone, fully feel dependent. I feel like when people are, especially women, I feel like when women are like have this ideology of where I need to be so strong, I feel like we become hyper independent.
Yes, and it makes us more masculine, and it's really hard to get back to that feminine side of us when we're always like operating out of that masculine energy.
Yeah, 1000%. Sure. And when people say that you're strong, I feel like if someone wants to tell me like, oh, you're so strong, like for sure, I want to be a type of person that can face challenges, but not like I'm strong because I have to keep going through a certain amount of struggle. Right. You know what I mean? And so strong to me doesn't feel like a compliment. I feel like when people say that you're strong, it just is speaking to like, oh, you can endure a lot.
Yeah, like I see, girl. I see you.
I don't want to take a lot. Yeah. Like I don't want to take a lot. Like you learned how to endure. I don't want to be doing that. You know? Yeah. So we have to be honest because I do feel like soft life, and when we frame it as luxury that way and material, there is certain people that I feel like get access to the soft life, and I feel like that comes with money and resources, and the biggest resource, time. I feel like, who would you say actually gets to experience a soft life?
I say the person that feels like they actually deserve a soft life. Yeah. Like they actually go after and they make it a thing to have a soft life.
Yeah.
But if you're constantly wired to think like, oh, I have to keep being strong, you'll probably never see the soft life.
Yeah.
Like you'll probably never get to the point where you're like, oh, actually, because you're like you said, you are comparing being strong to endurance.
Right.
Whereas the soft life is not endurance. It's not like overly doing it. It's not breaking your back to show people like, oh, I got it. I can handle all this myself. It's not doing it. That's not the soft life. So, and I feel like the people that know that are living a soft life.
Yeah.
And so they'll date different men that will provide that for them. If you're the type of woman that wants to be provided for in that manner, like then you'll attract or go after men that will provide that. Or like if you're a woman that's like, yes, I'm gonna work hard, but my me time is my time, and you reclaim that for yourself, then I feel like you're gonna live a soft life in that manner.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's all about how you view yourself and your self-worth.
Yeah.
Right. And how you want to not even be perceived, but how you want to feel. Like I feel like the soft life is really like a inside thing, because it might look away to people, but if you're not getting rest, if you're not, I guess, like getting that self-care, then it's never going to feel like a soft life.
Right. Yeah. You said something earlier about the endurance aspect of it. I think that soft life is still about endurance. I just think it's endurance done differently. You know that saying, like, work smarter, not harder? Yes. I think like soft life to me is almost like the embodiment of that.
For sure.
Phrasing.
I
like
agree.
It's like smarter, not harder of a thing. And I agree with you. I think that everybody deserves to live a soft life, and I think that soft life looks different for everybody, but I do think that everybody deserves some version of it. And I think that sometimes our mind keeps us locked into what it has to look like because how someone else's looked. But I think that it could be as simple as put you some eye patches on when you wake up in the morning, get yourself a nice robe, taking the vacation, like you said,
or take a walk, like doing something out of the norm, like taking a class or something, like maybe picking up a new hobby, like just a little extra
something
dazzle or something for yourself. But also, do you feel like certain resources shapes like a person's I guess
experience
ability?
Of a soft life? Yeah, I think it's I think resources in the frame of like time or access, but I also think that class, race, I think that those things are a part of it as well, because I think that like whatever cultural messaging you received about rest, I think really will play into your understanding of soft life. I think too, like, I think everyone is not afforded rest because everyone doesn't give themselves the time and space to rest, so that's one aspect of it. The other thing is like, I think that popular in communities of color is that we use religion a lot of times to process things. So instead of being like, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, or I'm gonna take this break for myself, we will be like, we're gonna pray through it. You know what I mean? Like it's like we're gonna pray through it.
God gonna give me strength.
Yes, like, versus like actually, I guess, taking the time to take whatever that moment is that you need for yourself and have that level of awareness. It's like, I'm just gonna keep praying through this exhaustion. I'm gonna keep praying through this burnout. I'm gonna keep praying through this depression. I'm gonna keep praying through. And sure, pray.
Yes.
But maybe you have to take some other actionable items as well,
For sure. And also, like what you said, like culture, like that is a huge, if not the number one thing, because cultures, I mean, it's not like this for every culture.
Right.
Like a lot of them grow up and they have like soft life is embedded into like their everyday routine. So,
right.
Like even China, like I watched this woman, she moved from here America to China, and she's like, they walk everywhere, and they're less stressed.
That's right.
There's less like cortisol and all that. Their bodies are healthier because of that. Like, right. So, and here it's like people don't walk because it's like, oh, I'm not walking, I got a car, like I could just drive my car. But it's like we're missing so many benefits from just walking or getting like fresh air. So I think little things in that instance is like shows you just how different cultures view things like this.
Speaking of culture, I think even gender, like I think that there's a conversation around like gendered access to emotional expression, because I feel like just talking about soft life is something that is equated to femininity.
Yes,
and that's something that women are having conversations about more. I don't personally see a lot of men saying, I want a soft life,
that
you know?
True.
And I feel like if men started to say that, we might start to, or the world, society at large might start to say that's too feminine of a thing. Mm-hmm. You are supposed to be providing the soft life and get out there and be at work.
Right.
And soft life, I feel like too, is like how, what ability or what capacity are you allowed to express your emotions? And I feel like a lot of times men are not afforded the ability, or I don't know, the space to even be saying that they're doing self-care, that they're doing self-care, that they're in tune with their emotions, be talking about how they feel, that they want to rest, that they want to relax, that they're tired, that they're stressed out. So I think that soft life in some ways is like a gendered thing.
It is. And now that we're talking about it, I don't think it should be.
I don't think it should be at all.
I don't think it should be. I think it should be like a very neutral thing. Yeah. Wow.
It's like a human thing. Yes. Like it's human for you to be tired.
Yes.
It's human for you to be sad.
Yes.
It's human for you to be happy. It's human for you to want a rest, a break, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's a human thing, right?
Yes.
You know, I know we were saying it on a previous episode that struggle doesn't have to be a part of our existence. I don't think I think that you can struggle while existing, but I don't think that things have to like coexist together. I think that the human condition can exist without the struggle aspect of things. So I think that everyone deserves some version of a soft life. And speaking of that, what does a soft life look like personally for you, Jazzy?
Well, for me, it looks like just taking a little bit more time for myself.
Yeah. Okay.
And that it's also like getting those massages, going to the spa. Maybe spending a little bit more money on something that I've been eyeing for a while because, well, I want it. It's okay for me to get it. You know, it's also about being more gentle with myself in the way that I talk to myself.
That's right.
And the fact that a lot of times, especially when I was younger, if I would be like, oh, like I want to take a nap or something, oh, you're lazy. You're being lazy. Like a lot of times we associate rest with being lazy or laziness. And it's like, that's not the case.
That's right.
So really like reframing my mind and really getting out of that and letting myself, being okay with saying, I actually need a break, or actually I want to take the day off and just rest today. I actually don't want to do anything today, but rest.
That's right.
So that's what it's starting to look like for me. But what about you?
For me, I feel like soft life is all about quality of life. So longevity. It's about choosing those, being intentional about my small, like daily rituals that I'm doing. So I like romanticizing my life. In whatever ways I can. I like making myself a breakfast like the restaurant cooked it. I love making myself a smoothie like I just ordered it, a coffee like I make bomb matcha. I really do. I make a bomb matcha. Like I like romanticizing my life in whatever way. I like to walk around my robe, put my eye patches, do my face mask. I love traveling, going on a trip, like anything I feel like that gives me like space and time to recharge myself feels like a soft life. I love that you said the self-talk. Like, because it could be that simple. It could be that simple. Like if you feel like you are overran with your day, you have so many things that you're juggling, you could start your soft life just by the way that you talk to yourself, right? And just giving a little bit more grace to yourself.
For sure, more grace.
Yeah.
Grace.
This I always say too, that speaking of quality of life, that like no matter what age I get, like whether I'm 60, 70, 80, the one thing I want to be able to do is twerk. I want to be it's so true. I want to be able to twerk. Like I don't know. I'm very active. I like to move around. Like I like to hike and run, skip, jump. I want to be able to do all those things at any age. And I want to be able to buzz down, and do it. Like, just speaking of that, I have a side story. I have a little bit of a bum knee recently. Wait, let me rephrase. My knee is healing itself right now because I did something so ridiculous.
Girl, what was you doing?
I stood up in the couch, and the couch doesn't have no like springs in it. But I stood up in the couch because I had put a song on and I just needed to twerk to it. And I stood up in the couch and I started twerking and just bouncing like up and down with the twerk and hurt my doggone knee. Okay. And I felt it like hurt me at the moment, but I kept trying to twerk through it. And then when I got down off the couch, I was like, oh, wow, I think I really messed up my knee. A week later, the knee was still hurting. 2 weeks later, the knee was still hurting. 3 weeks later, the knee is still hurting. I'm like, oh, wow. Like, I really messed up my knee doing something I really didn't even have to do.
You ain't had no business doing. And then
I really didn't even need to do that. Like, why was I in the couch doing that? It was so ridiculous. It reminds me
of that TikTok when it's like, in the moment I knew I fucked up.
Right.
It show you like doing the ridiculous thing.
Doing the ridiculous thing. Like, I didn't even need to be doing that. It was so ridiculous. So ridiculous. But it's healing.
Yes, it's good. You'll be fine.
I'll be fine.
You'll twerk again.
I will twerk again. Yeah. I'm doing it like lightly now. Like, I'm like, do I still got it? But yeah.
Also, it's the bones. Like, the age. I mean, we're not old, but also it's like the bones are not. They're not coming together like they used to. Like, you could hit your knee on something or bump your elbow on something and then you'll be fine. But no, it's like you're feeling that for a while now.
I reject it.
I'm with you.
I reject it. I don't have a problem with aging. I rather look forward to aging.
Yes.
But I want to age gracefully. And so, and they say like, oh, you're getting older, your bones gonna do this. Oh, it's like, no, not mine. Mine not gonna do that. So I don't think that happened to me because I'm getting older. I think that just happened because the couch. The couch. Yes, it was the couch. Okay. The couch needed to have some type of spring for that move, for that movement. Had nothing to do with age.
Nothing to do with those bones.
Nothing to do with bones.
I got
nothing. You. Okay, you got me?
I got you, girl.
Period.
Now that we've gotten the conversation out of the way and we talked about that soft life that everybody deserves, as we move through the week, here's something for y'all to sit with, okay? Where in my life am I over functioning out of habit? And where could I soften just a little?
Yes.
So we want y'all to think about that and reflect on that. And if you feel called to it, let us know in the comments, like your answer to that question.
Yeah, and we're going to recap that next time.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next time for sure.
Okay, cool. And my last note for today is that softness is how your strength lasts. So be soft, be gentle. It's how your strength lasts. And practice putting down the cape just a little bit, okay? You don't have to take down the whole cape, especially if you're used to being strong, but maybe put down just a little bit of the cape, okay? And before we go, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss none of our new drops, okay? Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next week on Her Intentionally.
Bye.